all know what time it is.
It's Off the Hook, coming at you live from Megapolis Square.
Yo, Marina, tell the people the good news before we introduce the stages.
Huh? Like right now? What's the good news again?
You know, the single most important celebration of our culture, the...
The Splatfest!
Ding, ding, ding! We've got a Splatfest coming up quick!
Splatfests always get my ink pumping. I've got to get my gear ready.
Yo, Marina, what's the Splatfest theme this time?
I'm too nervous to look. You do it.
Fine, the Splatfest theme is... what?
What is it, Pearly? What's the theme? Tell me!
Okay, here it comes. The Splatfest theme is... Happy Splatoween!
It's a worldwide Halloween Splatfest.
In this corner, the spirit of mischief and lighthearted vandalism. Team Trick!
This is the spirit of partying and eating copious amount of candy. Team Treat!
Hey, Marina?
What is it, Pearl?
Gotcha! The best part of Halloween is dressing up however you want and scaring people. Like last year, I dressed up as a mummified vampire.
Really? I thought you dressed up as a roll of toilet paper.
Hey, speaking of toilet paper, let's go TP Sheldon's house after work.
Chill out, Pearl. It's not even Halloween yet. And besides, I'm not really into playing tricks. I'd rather get together with friends and gorge myself on sweet treats.
But please don't tell me you still go trick-or-treating, Marina. Seriously? You are a grown woman.
The house down the street gives out king-size candy bars.
Fair enough. By the way, did you hear that this Splatfest is 48 hours long? It's time to decide. Are you Team Trick or Team Treat?
Head over to the Splatfest terminal and pick a side.
And that's all the time we've got. Until next time, don't get cooked, stay off the hook.
Hello everybody, just letting you know that we are getting things set up. We're just running into some technical difficulties behind the scenes, so we are going to get started pretty soon. Just hold on tight. As we resolve those technical issues, I'd just like to give a quick shout out to the attacker artist for voicing the off the hook conversation at the last minute. I really appreciate you helping out with those videos. We'll be getting started pretty soon, so look forward to that, and I'll see you in a moment. Also, I just noticed that there was an editing mistake during that trick-or-treat cutscene. There was one clip, Marina said that I forgot to edit in, and now I get to experience the awkwardness of noticing an editing mistake during a live stream when I can't do anything about it. Yay! Hello, everybody, and welcome to G8RStreams Trick vs. Treat Rematch Splatfest, whatever I called this video. Today, we're going to be playing through the Trick vs. Treat Rematch with a very special guest, so why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, it's me, Pie.
Yay! You've
I got really
returned.
confused for a second because the stream caught up to the voice call. And yeah, okay.
It's always
I have
weird.
had a long day. I am easily confused.
It's always a weird feeling when you hear yourself in the middle of a stream. It's like, wait, where's that coming from?
Mm-hmm. Well, you started talking over yourself, and I was like, wait, what?
I talk so much that I talk over myself. So, we're running into a little bit of technical issues because Pi has to re-download the whole game. So we're going to play a little bit of...
I accidentally deleted it.
How could this happen to you? So while we wait for that to download, I'm going to play a little bit of Salmon Run, so this stream is false advertising. Also, reminder for people who may be new to these streams, it's hard to have the game audio synced up perfectly when I'm having co-commentators on here. So the game audio you're hearing is coming from a microphone, which is picking up my TV, so it's not going to sound that good, but this is like literally the best I can do right now.
We'll just fix it in post.
Editing this while we're streaming. Ah! No! Salmon Run is closed! No! When is it open? It won't open until tomorrow. I'm sad.
Oof.
Oh, wait, I have to pick a team first. You said you were Team Trick?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I
sorry.
like chaos.
I'm sorry, Marina. I'd usually be on your team. Thanks to you, I had to betray the waifu. Alright, so let's get into some Splatfest battles.
It says 18 minutes left.
So we get 18 more minutes of ASMR Splatfest or something.
See, I've got the real gamer juice here. I've got Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Nice. I've got my good old Dr. Pepper with me.
Nice.
Is Mountain Dew the thing Diva drinks on Overwatch?
I don't know. I've never played Overwatch.
I know she likes Doritos, and I think she likes the soda as well. Like, ah! Lost connection!
There's like actual name brands in Overwatch?
Yeah. I think. The only reason why I know that is because at PAX I saw cosplayers who were cosplaying Diva and Mercy, and one of them was doing a photo shoot where the one doing Diva looked super happy with the Doritos bag. This person's name's Onigiri. That's a Japanese thing.
Yee, I love onigiri.
There's an MMO I play called Onigiri. Have you ever played it?
No, I've never heard of it.
Gasp.
Ah, cool. I saw that on the SNES online app, there's Mario Picross, and I got really excited because I love Picross.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all in Japanese, even with an English system, so I thought that was pretty cool, because the game was never localized anyway.
Do you like it because the word pie is in the name?
I've been having fun playing that. No, and technically it isn't. It's PIC. It's the only way I've ever found that describes it is that it's kind of like a crossword puzzle, but with binary. It's a math puzzle game that I like.
I've heard good things about it. I haven't tried it myself though yet, because I haven't played SNES Online since we finished recording Mario Bros. Co-op for the collab channel.
I hadn't played it at all, and I thought, see, this is how long it's been since I've played anything other than Animal Crossing. I didn't know that SNES Online was a separate app, and I couldn't find where my NES Online app had gone because apparently you have to re-download it at some point in the past 6 months, and I never got the memo.
I think the thing is that if you're not connected to the internet for a little while, you have to re-download it or something. It's kind of silly.
See, and it wasn't connected to the internet because somebody was borrowing my Switch for a bit.
I really hope they release Earthbound on the SNES Online.
That'd be pretty cool.
Do you have any big games that you
I want them to put the original Tetris on there.
Yeah. Ah! Ah! Owie!
I don't think they will though because I just lost my train of thought. Because the copyright for Tetris is still owned by somebody else, and they're pretty much only uploading their own games to it. So
Yeah.
wishful thinking. Plus, there's Tetris 99, which I've heard is good, but I haven't played it.
I'm garbage at it, but still fun.
I just like good old classic Tetris. Like, I don't like any of the gimmicks that they add in the newer game.
Yeah, with Tetris 99, they have this one technique where if you move a block in a certain way, when you're turning it at the last second, it does a special thing. I cannot wrap my head around it, so
That's cool.
I'm not good at it.
I grew up playing Tetris on the Game Boy for hours on end. We had Tetris and we had the original Game Boy Super Mario, and I was really, really bad at it. And I remember this was one of my classic undiagnosed autism moments because instead of playing Mario, I would sit staring at the Game Boy screen adjusting the grain slider for hours.
Dude, I did the same thing!
That was more fun to me than playing Mario.
I've never seen anybody else do that before. That's awesome.
I'm not alone. But yeah, and then I loved Tetris. So
My first exposure to Tetris, it was an Xbox version called Tetris Worlds, and it was really fun. I didn't quite understand it because I was like 5 or something like that, but it was fun.
there's this one version of Tetris that was on the original PlayStation, and I can't remember what it's called. And we accidentally broke the disc. It was my brother's disc, and he put it in the same container as Spyro and broke it by accident.
Oof.
But it had like this multiplayer mode that was super fun. I also have Puyo Puyo Tetris that I play. I legitimately only play the classic Tetris that's available on the home menu of it.
That one's a lot of fun. My family played that like pretty much every day for like a month or so when we first got it.
They're making a second one. I just hope it isn't really expensive.
Yeah.
Because I got the first one for like $20 on sale, so that was pretty epic. But I don't know if I could justify spending, like $60 on Tetris.
So I don't know if how many other people watching this think this, but every time I see or hear the word epic, I can't help but think of that game Epic Mickey. And
I hate that game. It's so hard.
I apologize for bringing it up because I know you don't like Disney, but that's like one of my
No, it's fine.
that was like one of my favorite Wii games ever, and the amount of stuff they got away with that on the Mickey Mouse game is shocking.
I've heard that. I've never gotten past like the first level thing. I think I have the second one, technically not the first one. But I was like 6. No, I was like 7 or 8 because the Wii was 2007. But it was hard. I didn't like it.
If you only played the second one, then I won't blame you if you didn't like it, because the second game is like one of my least favorite games of all time.
Oh. Well, I just remember I couldn't get past, there was like this sewer area, and then as soon as I got out of that, it was like this ink blot world, and then I legitimately could not get past that, and I just kind of gave up and went back to Mario Galaxy.
That was like one of my first big Let's Play projects that took about a year to plan out because it's a choice and consequence game. And at the time I felt proud of it, but looking back on it, it sucks, and I kind of want to redo it.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm totally not playing Tetris on their website right now. I don't know why you would say that, but...
There's this guy on GameXplain who wants a Tetris character in Smash Brothers.
Yes, please.
I think he specifically said...
I've played one of... Oh, go ahead.
I think he specifically said he wants the L block.
I would want the purple one.
Mm.
That one's my favorite. And I have a little keychain of it I got in Japan.
Aw.
I've played the original, one of the original arcade shelves of it, though. Back in when I was in Tokyo. So that was really cool.
Mm.
And then I got the highest score on it.
Yeah, there's just a special magic you can only get from playing an arcade version.
Mm-hmm. But that thing was old, and I managed to beat the high scores on it, and I was so proud. But it was in Russian, because Tetris is technically Russian, and I didn't know what it was asking me to do, so the username that I put in is completely blank. And I'll never live it down in my head, because I know I have the highest score, but I can never prove it.
You're like one of those people on Twitch stream charity things who donated like $1,000, but they're anonymous, so you'll never know who did it.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. I took a picture of it, and I probably have it somewhere, and I don't remember where.
Mm.
But it's just completely blank, 'cause, it puts in the 3 initials, and it's just completely blank. But yeah. That's one of my greatest achievements in life.
All hail GamingWithPie.
Well, it wasn't just a random, arcade cabinet either. It was in Akihabara, Tokyo. It was the biggest used video game store in the world. On one of the original consoles. So, it had been played by a lot of people.
Pie OP, please nerf.
Don't worry. I've already been nerfed many times.
Searching for a battle to join, ...
Oof. Maybe one of these days we should play Puyo Puyo together.
Is that online?
Tetris. I don't know. I've never tried. But if it is, we should. I play as the dragon girl because she says rar.
I play as the girl with the blue hair. I think she's a Puyo Puyo character, but she's adorable.
Ah, that's cool. I've never played a Puyo Puyo game, I've just played that one. Apparently most of them haven't ever been localized. It's just more of a Japan exclusive thing, but I'd never even heard of it before then.
There's a puzzle game on SNES Online called Panel de Pon. It's only in Japanese, even on the North American version of the service. It is like one of the most fun puzzle games I've ever played.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to look at it. I've just been playing Mario Picross.
Yeah, we all have that one game that we fixate on, and nothing else matters.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll get a 100 times battle. That'll be awesome.
Sweet.
I've never been in one still. They've played nearly every single Splatfest. Most of them that I played them for the entire duration of the Splatfest because back before I had a job, I would legitimately stay up for 24 or 48 hours playing the Splatfest the whole time. And I've never been in a 100 times battle. I've been in lots of 10 times though. Those are awesome. I like seeing me and my friends on the board.
Yeah, it's always a fun time.
And then you get a screenshot it and post it online, and it's like, yeah, that's us.
It's like we see it.
Or when you see your friends that you aren't playing with on the board, and then you screenshot and send it to them, and they're like, I didn't even realize I was in a battle. Because that's happened to me before.
I don't remember which one it happened in, but there was one time where two of my YouTube friends, Pank Arman and Big Manipulator, we were all in a 10 times battle, and we won, so our picture was on the thing for a little while.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
And then, like, if we get into 100 times battle and we win, we can post a picture and brag about it to everybody. It's like, hey, look, it's those guys we are.
I'll set it like as my phone background, honestly. Right now, my phone background is a character from a Sims series on YouTube, and my mom says it looks like Karl Marx. It's not Karl Marx, it's Jim Pickens.
My lock screen is the main character from that certain project we shouldn't talk about on stream.
Super secret spy stuff.
The regular home screen is the My Nintendo award with the pink squid thing.
Oh, that's cool. My lock screen is artwork I got commissioned of one of my original characters that I had commissioned like 2 years ago. I've just never changed it because I like the art. It says 2 minutes left, 93% downloaded. But then I have to open the game and stuff. The thing about Splatoon is that the cartridge itself is region locked. It doesn't depend on your system. Like with Animal Crossing, all of the cartridges are open region. Mm-hmm. So it determines it based on what region your console is currently set to. But Splatoon is region locked in the cartridge by itself. So even though my system is set to Japanese region and my language is set to Japanese, Splatoon is still in English and it still says I'm playing in North America.
Yeah, that bums me out because like they had some Japan exclusive gear that looked really cool, but we can't get
I want it so bad. Well, even if you had a Japanese cartridge, those codes are so expensive online. Mm-hmm. Like some of them are like $200 or $300 now.
That's like more than a Hello Kitty amiibo card.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, because you can spoof amiibo cards. You can't spoof the codes. Mm-hmm. Eventually, they'll all run out. No more left.
Sadness.
Yeah. I want Nintendo to re-release the gear for international somehow. Because they did that with some of the gear over time. There was like the baseball tees were originally Japan exclusive, and then they were a My Nintendo reward.
Mm-hmm.
Fingers crossed. Because like when they did the last Splatfest, I'm like, oh dang it, they're never going to release that gear for everyone else. But then, obviously, it wasn't the last Splatfest. And, like, there's like a Splatoon revival, so I'm like, please, Nintendo.
The thing with these revivals is that I'm so happy these are back because I love Splatfest. But at the same time, like with that Super Mushroom versus Superstar thing they confirmed, how many of them are going to be brand new? Because like I spent so long planning out the Let's Play so to end on exactly episode 100. And that
Oh,
Splatfest throws all those plans out the water. I don't know what to do right now.
Just have 101. It's like Pokemon. Mew was not supposed to be in Pokemon, and when they found out it was added, they're like, okay, that's fine. That's why there's 151. And it's also why you can't catch Mew in Red and Green by any means other than hacking, because it was given away at a Japanese exclusive event where you had to like download from a cartridge. That's pretty cool. I know so many random video game facts.
We might need to hide.
One day. Go ahead.
We might need to invite you onto the gaming gallery at some point.
One day, one of my dreams in life is to do the voiceover for a Did You Know Gaming episode.
Yeah.
Because I've watched literally all of their videos, most of them more than once.
A big reason I started the gaming gallery was because I knew I'd never get big enough to be invited on one of those, so I just made it myself. If I do get invited, I want to narrate a Tokyo Mirage Assassins episode. Nobody else is going to, so I want to do it.
I wouldn't even care what it would be about. I would just be so ecstatic to be like on my one of my favorite channels. It'd be like, yeah, I would just be so happy.
Yep. I will say though, it kind of seems like some of their video quality has kind of slipped a little bit, because especially with that Pac-Man video they released lately, it's like that was not a good one.
Yeah, but they're also running out of facts, especially for older games, because either it's plastered over the internet all the time already, or they've already covered it and nothing new has been released.
Which is why they should hire me to narrate a Tokyo Mirage Assassins episode.
Although I like their Smash Bros episode. They did one recently on Smash Bros rumors, and a recurring theme throughout the episode was rumors of Minecraft and Smash. And they kept reiterating Minecraft is not in Smash, and like every time they said it, it was like they sounded so tired of that they would have to say Minecraft is not in Smash and probably never will be. And then it was about 16 hours later, the Smash Direct with Minecraft went live.
Oh man. Okay, I have a fun story about
and I thought that was amazing.
I have a fun story about the Minecraft and Smash thing.
Oh yeah?
So I apologize in advance. I have no experience with Minecraft, so I don't really have that much of an opinion on the game itself. But so when they did that direct and they announced that they're going to announce a new character, I was really excited. And during the trailer, they had Mario go through the cave and things like that. When he was in the cave and you hear those animal noises, I was so certain it was a new Zelda character. I was determined it was a Zelda character, because Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity was coming out soon, so I figured this would be their chance to release Champion Zelda in Smash or something like that. And then it's Minecraft Steve, and I was like, oh, well, okay, that's a thing.
Dude, Steve and Sans Undertale in Smash Bros. Like, of all the things to... It just doesn't sound real. Like...
Not only that, but they can also battle in places like Final Fantasy VII's Midgard or the world of Persona 5.
And Banjo-Kazooie, like, they need to add Rayman and Waluigi, and all the meme characters are there. They already put Ridley in there. Yeah, everyone's there. Eventually, they're going to add James Bond, because that was one of Sakurai's characters he was going to add originally, back in the 64 era. Like, when's the James Bond Nintendo Direct for Smash Ultimate coming, Sakurai? We know you want to.
I want to make a gaming gallery on multimedia characters who actually did have a chance in appearing in Smash. The problem with that is that there's really only two. Because, James Bond. James Bond because Rare made the GoldenEye 007. But you also have Harry Potter, because Nintendo was so close to purchasing the rights to Harry Potter, so he could have appeared in Smash.
Oh gosh. I have never read Harry Potter, and I have seen one of the movies, and only part of it, and it was the one, and it starts out with like a big snake. I think it's like the third one or something.
That's
the only other experience I have from it is the cutscenes from the Lego version of the game.
That's the opening of the fourth one.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's literally the only thing I know about it. And that when I was like 15, my friends made me take the quiz online, and it said I'm a Hufflepuff. So they didn't believe it, and they made me take it a second time, and it still said that. And then they were mad. They said that I was a Slytherin, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. And they're like, yeah. It was quite an argument, because they thought I was just, like, making up answers. I'm like, no, like, I don't understand what's wrong. The game is opening!
Yay! We can play Splatoon!
Yay! And it looks like all my data is there because it isn't making me go through the tutorial thing at the beginning of the game.
That's good enough.
So that's good.
I've seen that opening so many
One time
times.
I accidentally opened the game. Oh my gosh. One time I accidentally clicked on the wrong user to open the game, and it was a user who had never played Splatoon before, because it was just an alternate user I had. And when I saw the tutorial, like, my heart froze, because I legitimately thought I'd accidentally deleted all my data.
I've seen that opening so many
Alright,
times.
I've got everything. Yay!
Before the Let's Play started, I would go through the opening of the game to make sure that my commentary could go smoothly through it. So I've seen that, like, so many times.
I've just seen it twice, I think. Baby Metal! I'm watching the stream. Wait, Baby Metal is a metal rock band in Japan. They're really awesome. Personally, I don't like their music because I can't stand that type of music. It hurts my ears. But, like, as a girl band in the rock scene, they have done some really amazing things. And also their fashion style is amazing.
I don't know the names of too many, like, Asian musicians, but I do know one band I really like. Wait, what's it called again? It's that girl group band who sings the song G.
I don't know. I don't listen to a whole lot of Japanese music other than Vocaloid, which I'm a bit of a weeb. I want to listen to more Japanese music. I just have such bad taste in music, I guess.
Yep.
I listen to exclusively Vocaloid, Imagine Dragons, and bad 70s music and indie folk songs.
My music is pretty much exclusive to Vocaloid, Bon Jovi, music from the 70s and 80s, video game music. Like, 90% of the music I listen to is video game music.
I have a hard time listening to things if they don't have lyrics. Like, it just doesn't keep my attention. The one I'm currently obsessed with is Country Roads.
There's a song that plays in the game Ninja Lab, and it's like one of the cutest songs ever. I can't remember the name of it though, but it's like really adorable.
That's cool.
Although knowing the way Japanese songs are, it sounds adorable, but when you translate the lyrics, it's the most morbid thing in the world.
There are some Hatsune Miku songs that are like that.
Yeah, it's like Rolling Girl's my favorite.
I made a
Hatsune
lobby
Miku
if you want to join. I don't know how far the stream is behind. But
I'm gonna try backing out real quick.
okay.
Because like going back to the Hatsune Miku thing, Rolling Girl is one of my favorite songs of all time. But my goodness, it's dark.
Yeah. My favorite Miku song. I don't know. I have a Vocaloid playlist I made just because I didn't want Vocaloid in my like country music playlist. I like the one artist Pinocchiopi. They are pretty good. I don't know if it's a girl or not. I love all their music, so it's really awesome. And I unironically love the leak spin song. I can't remember what it's actually called. Even Polka. I unironically love that song.
That one is so cute.
It is.
I love.
I like a lot of the really old Miku songs, like Romeo to Cinderella and such.
Most of my first experiences with Hatsune Miku was Flip Notes from Flip Note Studio on the DS.
My first experience with Miku was just seeing her online a whole lot, like on Pinterest and stuff. And when I was like searching for like anime girl reference because I was like 12 and wanted to draw anime girls. So, but I kept seeing her over and over and over. But then I didn't like intentionally start listening to just Vocaloid recently. But I used to listen to a lot of Nightcore and Vocaloid on Pandora as a teenager. Crunch.
ASMR.
Well, I had to wad the taco wrapper up.
Tacos? Share.
No, my taco.
Share. Pretty please.
No, this is my last taco. I haven't eaten yet today.
I'll be your best friend.
It's 12 in the morning. Let me eat my taco.
I'm just imagining like a pie eating a taco now.
It's Halloween officially now.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yay. There's a full moon tonight. Not right now tonight, but like after the sun rises again and then sets, it's a full moon.
Nice.
It's like the first time there's been a full moon on Halloween in like a few decades, I think.
And if you're like me and you live forever, then that just seems like yours to do.
That guy's name is Cold Spam. That just sounds terrible.
We got Pie, Lily Gear to you, Cold Spam, Fresh Fizz, Lobble Lobster, Carl, and now it's disappeared.
Like, spam is bad enough on its own, but why would you eat it cold? The other team has... I didn't read any of it except the Japanese, which says Royal.
Oh, darn it. I was mashing the button, not holding it. I changed the weapons and I forgot.
Oh no!
Destroy Team Treat. Sorry, Marina.
I don't think I've ever voted on a Splatfest based on which side Pearl and Marina were on. I mean, maybe I did that for one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones, because I have never seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But typically I just do it based on which thing I like better.
Yeah, I usually vote for the one I like more. And if I can't decide, then I go with Marina's team because waifu bias. With the first game,
Yeah.
I didn't really decide that I liked Callie more until Bomb Rush Plus came out. But yeah, that was a bit more.
It's such a good song.
That was a bit more of a tough decision.
They're both such good songs, but oh my goodness, iconic.
They really capture their personalities perfectly, because Bomb Rush Plus is so hyper and fun, like Callie is. And, crap, what's Marie's song called again?
Tide Goes Out.
Tide Goes Out, thank you. Like, that one is so calm and relaxing, and...
It's such a nice song to listen to, but honestly, I'm kind of glad that Callie lost the Splatfest and then was the enemy in Splatoon 2, because Tide Goes Out would not have been such an iconic song for that final boss battle.
Yeah.
It's a good song. I love it. I love listening to it, but...
I apologize.
Bomb Rush Blush is so good.
I apologize this is blunt, but Callie is really hot during the final boss.
Yeah, I like drawing her outfit. I like that she has a tattoo, but I also like there's this like common headcanon in the fandom that it's just a temporary tattoo. Or that it's like Sharpie marker or something. I think that's hilarious because Callie totally would.
I love that detail, but it's also incredibly morbid when you think about it, because water is lethal to Inklings, and those tattoos are meant to be washed off, so it's like she'd be tortured if she takes it off, and I don't like thinking about that. Which reminds me, Inklings, water is lethal to them because their bodies are liquid, so if you poke them with a straw, could you drink an Inkling?
I don't know. I don't think it's technically lethal to them. It just like kills you in the battles, because it's like canon that Callie and Marie were swimsuit models. I'm like, why would Inklings need swimsuits? I think that it's actually just that because the ink is thicker than the water, that they sink, so they actually can't swim at all. So I think that's more likely the reason.
That's a good point.
because they have so many like water features in like all their worlds and stuff, and like a lot of the battlegrounds are set over water, and it's just such a normalized part of their society. Like there's a pool on top of the hotel and stuff. It's like it doesn't make sense to me that they would put it there if they die if they touch it.
My personal theory.
I don't know.
My personal theory, based off absolutely no evidence whatsoever, is that maybe they have like some kind of sunscreen thingy they rub on themselves so they can swim.
Oh, that would make sense. You can get stuff for fish tanks. This is me wanting to talk about my fish tanks. You can get stuff for your fish tank that you put in when you change the water, and it replenishes the fish's slime coat, which is just something that a fish has on it. That's why they feel weird to the touch.
Mm.
And it keeps them moving around in the water quickly and stuff, and it like it's basically like lotion that their body makes, but there's this stuff you can put in the water to help their slime coat grow, and maybe that's what the Inklings put on. It smells weird.
Going back to the thing about Callie Marie being swimsuit models, I saw somebody cosplay that at one point, and it was kind of interesting. Like it wasn't one of those like a super revealing cosplay or anything like that, or it was more like a cutesy one, and I really appreciate that because I think that
we
fits.
need more of that in the Splatoon fandom. Please stop sexualizing the squids.
Yeah, I prefer when they're like cutesy artwork because they're meant to be cute characters, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. It bothers me when people like ship Callie and Marie and draw ship art of it, because I'm like, this isn't Alabama, y'all.
Yeah, I can understand shipping Pearl and Marina. That would make sense. But Callie and Marie are cousins.
They're
That's
together. They're not related. It's a good relationship. Callie and Marie are cousins. Yeah. Another pet peeve of mine with the Splatoon fandom is that even though the character models for the male and female Inklings and Octolings anatomically are pretty much the same, so many Splatoon fan artists draw the female Inklings with like a chest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to say this tastefully, but they're not mammals. So it doesn't make sense. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just a pet peeve of mine because it doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, it's like Marina's the only one that's really shown to, and I apologize if this sounds blunt, Marina's the only one that's shown to have like cleavage or anything like that. So like she's the only one that really makes sense for her, but even then it's not, she's not like a anime character who's like got a giant boobs or anything.
Yeah.
And I apologize, this is super blunt.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out like, how do I say this but like not say it? But yeah, that's one of my little things that I just don't like in some Splatoon art.
Mm.
Especially if they're drawing like the player character, which is supposed to be a kid. Like if it's yourself as a squid, that's one thing. But if it's like Agent 3, they're technically a child.
My personal belief is that yeah, like most of the Inklings and Octolings and things like that, I believe they are canonically 14. Like for my character though, I like to imagine that because I'm the one who customized her, that I can like imagine her character and things like that, and imagine that she's about my age and things like that. But even then, like, yeah, they're canonically 14, so don't be gross, people.
Yeah. Like, well, my guy, his name is Rice, actually. I have quite a few Splatoon characters that I play as, but Rice is the one that I've, like, stayed playing as for the longest now. And I think he's 18 because they all have ages, and like I draw all of them a lot, but I only play as Rice. And like they all have like the weapon that they're technically their main weapon that they use. But if I'm playing as them, I still just use the carbon bullet.
Yep.
Like, as much as I love drawing noodles with cute dually poses, I suck at dualies, and I want to win the battles.
I have a personal theory about Agent 8 because I think they're the only ones that don't have a canonical age, or at least one that's been confirmed. So my theory is that Agent 8 is 18 because in this game, Marina is canonically 18 years old, and there's a picture of her as an Octoling in the final battle in the first game. So she would have been 16 at that point, which means that the Octoling forces have to at least be 16 years old. So if Agent 8 was part of that battle, like it implies that they are, that means that they would have been 16 at that point too, which means that now they're 18 because it's 2 years later.
That would make sense. I thought Pearl was 21. I might have read that wrong though.
Yeah, Pearl's 21, Marina is 18.
Okay.
I like how short Pearl is.
I know, short queen. I say this as a 5 foot tall person with no inches added on to that. Queen. Like, you know you're short when Edward Elric is taller than you.
I used to not really be that big of a fan of Pearl, mostly because that freckle on her face kind of makes it look like she's frowning. But after Octo Expansion, like, wow, she's a really amazing character.
Her fashion style is so amazing. Like, I would totally wear that hoodie, and I desperately want that hoodie in real life. I liked Pearl since the first, like, view that we got of Splatoon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was a big debate in the Splatoon fandom right when it was announced, like, that everybody thought Pearl was ugly, and it kind of, like, divided the fandom for a bit between people who liked her and people who didn't.
Yeah.
But if you look at, like, older Splatoon 2 fan art, a lot of it's just making fun of Pearl's forehead.
It's like, I will always love Marina Morrow. She's my waifu and my favorite character in the Splatoon series. But Pearl is also really amazing.
Mm-hmm. She's so cute. And I love her teeth. She has different teeth than everyone else.
Yeah. I am a little bummed though, because in the original concept art, Pearl was supposed to be an Octoling as well, and I kind of wish that they did that.
Okay, honestly though, I don't really like Octoling Pearl's design.
Yeah.
From a design standpoint, it's just something looks off about it, and I don't know if it's because I've already know who Pearl is, but if I just look at the design and try and think of it as a different character, I don't know, I just don't like it.
I think it probably would have looked a lot better in game, because that seems to be the case with most Splatoon characters.
Maybe I should modify the Octoling model into making a 3D model of it. I keep modifying Nintendo's 3D models. Eventually, they're either going to hire me or sue me.
Yay, we won that one!
Yeet! But between the Splatoon, like the wheelchair project I was working on, and then I retextured the aardvark from Animal Crossing model to be a plague doctor. That was pretty fun.
Ever since I saw that, that's like been one of my number one things I want to see in the next game. I want to see, like, the ability to customize them further, because there's just so much that they could do with an Octoling or an Inkling in a wheelchair and things like that. And I would also...
I want it so bad. My list for Splatoon 3 is top of the list, wheelchair splat roller. Then, after that is no more gender locked clothing. I want the clothing to be the same for both genders, and if they want to have a boys and a girls school uniform, then make them separate items. And then I want glasses separate from hats, because it's really frustrating to have a cute hat on, but you can't wear glasses with it. And like all the hats that have glasses with them are like beanies and stuff, and it's kind of frustrating. And shorts. I think you should be able to buy more shorts.
Yeah, the ones they have, they're pretty cool, but I don't think they went far enough with their options on customizing the pants.
It just kind of feels like, I don't know. It feels like it's underdeveloped that bit, because it's in your player customization with like your eyes and the hair and stuff, but it feels like it shouldn't be. I mean, I wear pants multiple days in a row, but like, I feel like it should at least be something that you change from the equip menu rather than the character menu. And again, unlock the shorts for all the characters, please.
I think the big things I'd want to see in the next game, I agree with you. Like the big thing that I want is to not gender lock the outfits, because I don't play as the Inkling boy or anything like that, but I want him to be in a dress.
Yeah, or like you will have like a character like an OC that uses the technical male hairstyle because it's an undercut that flops over, but your character's actually a girl, and if you're playing as them, you want to play as a cute girl.
I think Animal Crossing handles that beautifully, because I don't think they really say pronouns at all in that game for your villager. They just
No, they don't, and the gender select screen is just your style, which I think is spectacular.
Yeah, that's a really nice way to handle it. I wish more games did that.
Even on all the Animal Crossing games, you've always been able to wear both genders' clothing as either gender. But New Horizons is the first one where the villagers don't comment on your clothing and say something weird if you're wearing something that's the other gender. Like, I remember in New Leaf, I was playing as a male character, and I was buying a dress for a different villager character I had, because I was playing as the one that had the most money. And Gracie Grace commented on that I was buying a dress, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because it felt like, well, maybe I wanted to wear it on this character. Like, you can wear it, but your villagers will just kind of like mention it in a sideways manner, and it's like, who are you to decide?
Yeah. One big reason why I love that is that, like, one of my favorite outfits to wear in New Horizons is the Hatsune Miku dress. And I love it because, like, I don't personally wear dresses in real life, but it gives me the option to do it. So it's just really fun because, like, I'm never going to do that in real life. Actually, you know what? I actually do want to try it once to see what a dress feels like.
Do it. I'd say I could loan you some, but I'm like really tiny and skinny, and I doubt you're taller than I am.
Yeah, I don't think I could fit.
I've gotten rid of most of mine, but I have like the one that I wore to homecoming still, and I have a dress that I got in Japan. But I don't wear them. They just sit in the closet because they're special.
On the topic of dresses real quick, this might sound completely random, but I've had Zelda on my mind because Age of Calamity's coming. One of my favorite dress designs that I've ever seen in a video game has to be Zelda's dress in Hyrule Warriors. Have you ever seen that?
Yes, very good. I love it.
I love that one because, like, she still looks very regal, but it also looks very appropriate for combat because it doesn't look like she'd get caught in it or anything like that because dresses aren't exactly the easiest thing in the world to move around in. But
Yeah.
yeah, I just really love her design in that game.
It's very good. The only problem with it is the boob plate. Because technically it does direct the sword directly to her vital organs rather than away from them.
You say that,
So
but this is
it
also
looks nice, but
this is also the same game where Sia exists.
this is true. Yes, this is very true.
I mean, not that I have a problem with it, but still.
Yeah. It's not the most realistic game in the world. I mean, but you can spawn the Deku tree for heaven's sakes. But yeah, but it's one of the things in armor design in general that you see a lot of modern fantasy armor designs. It's actually completely impractical from a standpoint of somebody who went through like 5 years of fencing.
Being vague as humanly possible so we don't spoil too much. That's a big reason. That's a big thing I'm really happy about with a certain character we shouldn't mention right now. Because I really like the way that we handled that because it seems realistic, but it's also like a fun character design that's going to hopefully inspire cosplayers.
Yeah. One of the things I don't like about, like, when people try to make their female character design practical, but then they completely forget about the design element and you just end up with, like, a ponytail and t-shirt and shorts. And it's like, yeah, technically that's practical for the situation, but does it look good? Not really.
Can I rant about something? Because I've been holding this in for years. The new Tomb Raider games are fun and all, but my god, what happened to the character design? Like, Tomb Raider is very famous because Laura's always had some really fun outfits, and say what you will about them, but still. Her outfit designs in the new games are terrible. Because in
goodness, yes.
In Tomb Raider 2013, that one's fine, I guess, but they try to make it so that it'd be more appropriate for her to explore on an island. It's not.
No, it really isn't.
Those pants would be horrible to explore.
Is so cold, and like her clothing tears so easily.
Yeah, it's like, no, it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love Tomb Raider. It's one of my favorite series.
No,
ever.
I get you.
It's one of my favorite series of all time, and it just really hurts to see the direction it's gone.
Yeah. I've only ever played the 2013 game, but her main outfit, aesthetically, it's nice. Practically, those fabrics aren't thick enough to keep you warm or safe. But her other outfits in the game, they suck. They suck so bad.
I'd argue that her default outfit in Underworld is more practical, even though it is like her traditional crop top and shorts and things like that. The location she's in for that is like in southern Mexico, which is boiling hot. So I'd argue that that's more practical than what she's worn in 2013. And even beyond that point, in Rise and Shadow, her outfits are still terrible in those games.
Yeah. Sometimes it's fun to make impractical outfits. Like, in my webcomic, my main character, her, like, classic outfit that I've drawn her in over the years that she doesn't actually wear so much anymore is completely impractical. It's a mini skirt and a corset. It's like super impractical because I designed it when I was a kid and I just thought it looked neat. But it's fun to draw her in it still, and it's fun to make designs like that don't make sense, but they're cute.
Yeah, for things like that, for that super secret project, I apologize to anybody watching who doesn't know what we're talking about. We're being super vague and cryptic, but it'll make sense in due time. We promise at some point, maybe.
Some point in the next 6 months to 60 years from now.
Well, it took us 60 years, but we finally got it ready. But yeah, going back to my point. So, for that project, for the character design and things like that, I really want to have fun with the character design, but I also get worried that when we release a character, people will look at someone and be all like, oh, you can obviously tell this was designed by a dude. Because...
I mean, I do have both perspectives on it in all technicality. I do love drawing and creating, like, sexy female characters, though. Like, because it's just not something I generally do for my webcomic. It's all kids, except for the one character, but she's an alien. And, like... I do mostly fan art outside of that, and the games that I play aren't like Final Fantasy or anything. It's just Splatoon.
I think for character design and things like that, I think a big thing that goes into it is also what is this character doing in the actual game itself. Like, because if you have a goddess character or someone like that, then I think that's fine to have a little bit more fun and not have to worry about it being practical for battle or anything like that. Because they're a goddess, they don't have to worry about arrows because it won't hurt them or anything like that. But, or if you have like a vampire or somebody like that, then again, they're immortal, so who cares what they wear?
Yeah.
I haven't been able to find this anywhere, but one funny picture I saw a long time ago, it was a picture making fun of female fantasy outfits. And it's this one where there's this lady who's like in a super revealing outfit, but she's covered in arrows. And oh god, what the caption say? It was really funny, but I can't remember what it said.
I think I know what one you're talking about. There's this blog on Tumblr called Bikini Armor Battle Damage, and they basically just dissect bad woman's armor. But they also post a lot of pictures of male characters dressed in the outfits that the female characters are in, and it's always perfect.
There's this one idea I have for a character I really want to do. I don't know where this would happen, but the character would be like a guy who's and like at random points in the game, he'd like compulsively rip his shirt off to reveal big bulging muscles.
Oh, so like Captain Kirk in the original Star Trek.
Yeah, like that, or Groundskeeper, or Groundskeeper Willie on Simpsons.
I've never seen Simpsons.
And now you probably never will because it's owned by Disney.
Well, I've seen some of the older ones just because they're on the TV sometimes, but I've never like intentionally watched it.
It's kind of funny watching Simpsons nowadays because they have a lot of episodes that poke fun at companies like Disney or Apple and things like that. When they make fun of a Disney thing, it's especially funny now because Disney owns them. So now they own something that made fun of them.
Yeah. I like this ink color that we have right now. It's very pretty.
It's
Just randomly saying that, but this is like one of my favorite colors in general.
I don't think it's the exact shade, but it kind of reminds me of your hair.
My hair is a lot darker most of the time, but it does fade out to this color, yeah. Right now it's actually bright purple. I just dyed it like the day before yesterday.
So these Splatfest colors, they are your hair.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I like the purple so much, though. I just kind of, when I was a little kid, I always wanted purple hair.
Mm.
And then when I was going to the store to get more green, because I've run out, first of all, they didn't have it in stock. And then I was like, oh, hey, purple. I always wanted purple hair as a kid. Let's do purple hair. But when it fades out, I'll probably go back to green.
My hair has always been the same shade of brown since forever, although there are some grays sprinkling in now, so now I'm old.
I've got gray hairs too, technically, so it's not that bad. I've always had gray hairs, so just random ones.
This theme park looks so fun.
It does. I miss theme parks.
Same.
Like, not because of COVID. Like, I literally never go to theme parks, but because I haven't gone to one in like 5 years, and I just, in general, have been wanting to go to one again.
Yeah, I was supposed to work at one earlier this year, but then the world kind of caught on fire, so that didn't happen.
I like to go to Silverwood in Idaho. They're really fun.
There's this one up in Portland called Oaks Park. It was like really small and had a lot of kiddie rides, but they had a roller coaster there that was a lot of fun.
That's neat. I don't think I've ever been there, but I've been to Silverwood and Enchanted Forest, and I went to Legoland, California one time.
Mm-hmm.
My brother's been to Disneyland, but I've never been. He went with friends.
Gasp! You've never been to
I
Disneyland?
know. No, I've never been to Disneyland. Never been to Disney World. No interest in it, honestly. I mean, if I was invited there and like I had tickets to go there, I wouldn't say no. I would go there and I would probably enjoy it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'd ever intentionally go there.
I can understand that because their parks are like super expensive now, and
I've heard the lines are terrible, and you have to pay more to like skip ahead in line and stuff.
Actually, I shouldn't say this on stream. I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
Something funny is that they have one ride called Expedition Everest. It was the most expensive roller coaster they had built at that time, mostly because of the Yeti animatronic. It's massive and it moves really fast. It broke less than a year after it was built, and because of the way they built the mountain surrounding it, they literally can't reach it without tearing it down. So it's been sitting for 10 years, not fixed. Instead, they just shine like a simple strobe light to make it look like it's moving.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing.
They spent a fortune building it, and it stopped working.
Wow.
Both of our characters are barefoot.
My characters?
I think so.
Yeah, I know. I'm always barefoot.
In storytelling, that's
There's an item in the game, the friendship bracelet you get it from Grisco, and it makes your character barefoot.
In storytelling, barefoot characters are a symbolism for innocence.
Cool. In my storytelling, barefoot characters are symbolism for I hate wearing shoes and I want to be a hobbit. I legitimately do not like wearing shoes.
Yeah, at my old college, there was this one lady who, grew up in the countryside, and she wore shoes going into class, but she'd always kick them off under the table. And during breaks,
oh yeah, I do that all the time.
During breaks, she'd go outside and stand in the middle of the grass.
Yeah, a lot of the time at school, most people don't notice because it's computer classes or stuff. I wear slides 90% of the time, and then I'll just take them off under the table and nobody knows. I've actually walked around quite a few of the classrooms barefoot and nobody noticed. But as a kid, I was barefoot all the time. Doesn't matter if I was in the grass, the gravel, hiking up a mountain, I was barefoot.
I'm not usually barefoot that often, unless I'm inside or inside my house, because I kind of don't like looking at feet. It's a thing.
So you're the opposite of the entire internet.
Pretty much.
I don't really mind either way. I just don't like the texture of shoes.
That makes sense.
And most people's toes and heel are their toes are skinnier than the heel bit, which is why shoes are shaped like that, but mine aren't. They're twice as wide as my heel. So most shoes don't fit me. They're too skinny, and then they hurt because they're pushing on my foot really bad. So then I have to get shoes that are 2 sizes too big, and then they're really loose.
Yeah.
Probably should put newspaper in the backs of them.
I wonder who won that round.
I think green.
Okay, I was just looking at the stream to make sure everything's okay, and I just noticed something.
What?
I reached 300 subscribers.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Holy crap.
When did that happen?
If any new subscribers are watching this, thank you so much.
Here we're talking about feet. That's what hit you at 300 subscribers. You know what you have to do now. You talk about feet on the internet, subscribers.
I can't stop laughing.
You got disconnected. Oh gosh.
How's the stream been going?
Huh? How long has it been going? I don't know. 85 minutes ago. Oh, you got disconnected too.
Alright, I'll start a new room.
Oh, okay. Ow. I'll just stub my fingers on the side of the desk, I don't know.
Why would you do
For
that?
no reason. I don't know. I was trying to reach for my Switch, but I don't have any depth perception.
Yeah, the room's open whenever you're... Oh, there you are.
Right here! I'm just invisible.
Don't you mean ink visible? Ah.
Terrible.
When you talk to me for a while, you eventually tune out the bad jokes. Either that, or you end up like James, who yells at me a lot.
I am a bad joke. Oh boy.
Oh my god. So, there's one time during a meeting for that super secret thing, uh, we were talking about music, and I was bringing up that there's this one song that would fit in one area, but that wouldn't necessarily fit in the other one. And Thomas was all like, not with that attitude.
Oh yeah, he says that all the time. Like, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. If something won't work, he just says, well, not with that attitude. One of my favorite jokes to do here. I'll just guess what?
We lost connection.
How dare? Guess what?
Yep.
Now you have to say what?
What?
Chicken butt. That's literally my favorite joke, and I use it too much. But if Thomas says what, like at all, in any context, I just say chicken butt. Even if it's not bad. Yeah.
I've not heard that in normal conversation in like 10 years.
I learned about it while playing The Sims, and I never knew about it as a kid because butt was a bad word in our household when I was growing up. But then as soon as I learned about it, I'm like, yes, this is me now.
This is me.
Yes. I actually have a shirt that says, guess what? And it's got a picture of a chicken on it and an arrow pointing at the chicken butt. I love that shirt.
I think I've seen that before. Did you wear that at school once?
Probably. It's like super big on me because I got it at Goodwill. And it's like a men's extra large. And I am not a men's extra large.
One of my favorite jokes, it's in Parks and Recreation, where this one character is sick and another one's trying to look up the symptoms. And he's like, Leslie, I typed your symptoms into the thing here, and it says you might have network connectivity problems.
I like it if you like type your symptoms into WebMD and it's like, you have cancer and you're going to die overnight. Have fun! It literally does not matter like what your symptoms are. It always gives you like worst case scenario.
Oh, you have a scratchy throat? Oh, okay. You're gonna die in 3 seconds.
Oh, you must have strep throat. You must have tumors on your throat. Like, it's always so terrible.
That's a name I can't read, but I can read the squared.
It says I know.
Says what?
I know.
What does that mean?
The first character is the second one is ya, and the third one is no.
So I know
I
squared.
don't know. I can Google it. It's not a word that I've heard that I don't think I've heard.
Why would you Google that? Why don't you look it up on AOL?
Well, because yeah, it just means I know. I think it's a name. Because if I put it in translate, it just says I,
It sounds like a Pikmin song called Ayanota.
I get the words for no and house confused all the time because they're so similar. Because no is EA and house is EA. The only difference is no is slightly longer on the first syllable. But like contextually, you know which one is which. But like if you're doing Duolingo and they're just giving you random words, and then you have to type in what the word is with no context, and it's just an audio. It's just giving you the audio of it, and you have to type it in. It's like, I don't know. It's like asking the difference between meat and meat. Like, those are homonyms.
A similar line of thought that's not exactly related to that, but it made me think of something. So, counting on your fingers, like, there are just way too many ways to count on your fingers.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
The way I always did it was that I'd start on my index finger and go down to my pinky, counting 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, and then my thumb would be 5. That's not how you do it in sign language. And lately I'm learning how to count on binary on my hands. And that's also very different.
In Japanese, you count based on how many fingers are in your palm. So when you put a finger down, that's the count. You start with them all out.
Huh.
Yeah, it's kind of odd.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I can't remember if you put the thumb down or the pointer finger down first, but I do know that you put them down rather than put them back up.
You know what? On the topic of sign language and things like that, before I say anything else, have you seen anything in Mandalorian?
Seen what?
Anything from Mandalorian?
Oh yeah, I've seen the first season.
My favorite detail in the entire first season was when he was speaking sign language to the Tusken Raiders. And
yeah, that was pretty cool.
that just made me so happy because like sign language has been a big part of my life for such a long time, and not only that, but it also kind of humanized the Tusken Raiders, and it was just so cool to see.
Oh yeah, Ayano is a name. Apparently there's a character in Yandir Simulator named that. Oh, she's literally the main character of Yandir Simulator. Okay, that might be why they named that. But yeah, it seems to be a really popular name. It's also the name of a porcelain and earthenware dishes brand in Europe.
Kelp Dome and Snapper Canal. Oh yeah.
Awesome. Are you going to make a new room?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
I should probably take a break to stand up for a bit because I've been sitting for a while, but I want to keep playing Splatoon. If you need to take a break, let me know and we can go on intermission.
Oh, no worries. I'm good. I just finished walking 12 miles. I am fine. I thought I clicked join, but I guess it didn't join. It like just went back to the join friend menu. There it goes. Are you there? Okay.
Sorry, I was just looking at
There's
something.
no background noise with Discord, so sometimes I'm like, wait, did I get disconnected?
Something funny is that with the dev team and all that good stuff, after that and after the attack artist set up the Zelda Discord, I've been using Discord a lot more for voice chat things. And everybody on the call up channel, when we record stuff, we still use Skype. And
I haven't seen Skype in so long.
yeah, it's like whenever I record on Discord outside the collab channel, it works. But every time we've tried using Discord for the collab channel, we have so many technical problems.
The last time I used Skype, Minecraft didn't have horses. Like, it was like 2014 or 2015 probably. But I used to Skype and play Minecraft with people on servers, and yeah.
I think I'll post a tweet later today quoting you that last time I used Skype, Minecraft didn't have horses.
Go ahead. Like, that was actually 2 laptops ago that it was even installed on. Like, my last laptop that died didn't have Skype. It was the one before that.
Mm-hmm.
Why is nobody playing Splatoon at this time of night? It's only 1 in the morning. Come on, people.
We must play Splatoon. I gotta
Join
milk
the
this
lo-
game content.
Yeah, we want to play Splatoon. I had to work during the early hours of it. Let me play the fun squid game.
I don't know if they'll do this, but one thing I really hope they do with Splatoon 3, if stages return between those two games, I really hope they do something where players from Splatoon 2 can play with opponents on Splatoon 3 if they're playing on the same stage.
That'd be interesting. I don't know how a game would do that.
I think Overwatch was doing something like that, where with the sucking game, it's basically all the
What's
same
the
online.
second Overwatch?
It's supposed to come out soon. I don't know when, but
Oh, okay.
It's basically all the same online modes, but Overwatch 2 is going to have a story mode. So, like,
So it's not really a second game, it's just a story mode.
yeah, they're advertising it like a second game, but it's just a story mode.
But it's really not. Well, that's modern game companies for you.
Alright, the tweet has been sent.
Cool.
When I become a game developer, I really don't want to fall into those kind of practices.
Yeah. I don't think. I mean, I think if you have like your standards set in place before you go into game dev, like that's going to determine like your standards after you become a person in game dev, because the people like to think that like money and fame corrupts people, which it does to a certain degree, but I feel like if you start with standards, you're going to end with standards.
Yeah, I definitely know that if things go great and I'm able to make a big business or anything like that, I definitely know that I don't want to be one of those CEOs who like gets paid millions and hundreds of millions of dollars, but then they still lay off employees. I want to be with someone like Iwata who takes a pay cut so that he doesn't have to fire anybody.
Yeah. Ink Dad.
Somebody play with us. Aw, you liked the tweet.
I retweeted it too.
Aw. And now to find a team we can play against. There we go. Oh! That person's name looks like a kitty with whiskers.
Aww.
Now it's Splatfest time. Whee!
Too bad it's a mirror match.
That is another thing I hope they change is that I hope in the next game, I think one way they can fix a problem of too many people on one side is that they could do something where it contributes to like a fraction of a percentage of how much it would usually work, because then it would at least contribute something, even if it's not by much.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like I don't mind mirror battles pretty much, but I really want to be in a 100 times battle, and you can't if you're in a mirror battle.
If we were in one, I'm glad we're not right now, because we're not doing too well.
Yeah.
Okay, we're pushing back. We can do this. I believe in us.
I don't like this stage too much because there's not a lot of large open places to ink, and there's a lot of like weird jumps.
Yeah, this one.
It definitely is not one of my favorite Splatfest stages.
Yeah, not a big fan of this one. I'm not a big fan of the shifty stations where there are weird gaps like that, because then it gets hard to judge where you can actually jump and things like that.
And you can't really like retreat backwards without turning the camera. Because you might fall off a cliff. I loved the one that where it had like the stage moved, and once it was out of bounds, you couldn't ink it anymore.
Oh, the chicken versus egg one? The bunker games?
No, well, I love that one, yes. But no, this one was, it was like a big roll, and as it got rolled up, it went away, and I can't remember what it was called.
I think I know which one
But that one was really fun because
I don't remember the name of it, though.
Really know. You had to shoot the little target that spins, and then it rolled the thing. And yeah. I really like that one.
The big thing I don't like about this one is that there's really only a few ways to get to the other side, so you're always going to come across somebody who's camping there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really easy to camp on it, especially if you have a sniper or a uh minigun weapon, and it's really hard to get around, especially if you're not good at timing jumps.
Yeah.
And I think I went in this one and like just inked everything during the little thing where you can just mess around in a stage by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like not even that much inkable area, like compared to some of the other shifty stations. It's a lot like the normal level that's the basketball court that doesn't have very much inkable area for some reason.
I like that one. That one's pretty fun.
I like it for Clan Blitz and ranked matches. Other than Rainmaker, it really sucks as Rainmaker. But for Turf War and just in general as a level, I really hate that you can't ink the area from spawn to the center.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just have to walk. And honestly, I just hate that.
Okay, Green Corpus Gaming, I'm sorry. I didn't see any of your comments until now. I have not been looking at
Oh gosh, I just scrolled down. Oops.
I'm sorry. I haven't been looking at it at all for like a good while.
I have been, but the YouTube abide by the chat thing is up at the top, and I didn't realize that it doesn't go away if comments are posted.
He says he's been here for 30 minutes.
Oh gosh, oops. There's no timestamps on the comments either, so.
Dude, I'm so sorry.
Rip.
But yeah, we're playing Splatfest. It's fun.
We're hoping for 100 times battle so that we can win.
Yep. Ah! Okay. There was a person going into a roller, but then I splatted them and now they're dead.
Good job. I still haven't reached level 99 plus either. I need to do that.
I think I'm at level 45. The regular one. I'm such a noob.
Such a noob. You don't even have 2,000 hours in the game yet. Get on our level with 3,500.
I'm sorry. You are the lord of Splatfest or something.
I've legitimately never seen anybody with more hours in Splatoon 2, and that's including some of the developers who've posted their hours played on games online. So I very may be the person with the most hours in the game.
Most of the people I've seen who have hours like that on any game are the kind of people who leave them on overnight and things like that. But as far as I know, that's not the case with you. You've legit played this for thousands of hours.
Yeah, I'm just really bad at it. I mean, there's probably like maybe like 100 or 200 of those hours were accidentally left overnight because I tend to play games in my bed and then fall asleep playing them. And I leave it plugged in while I'm playing because battery goes down. I don't want to go find the charger.
Have you ever played a Switch game in your bed and you accidentally drop it on your face?
No, actually, because I have done that on other consoles, but I haven't done that on the Switch because I just prop the screen up like against the blanket and then I just lay down flat with my arms under the blankets holding the controllers. It's so lazy. But like, yeah.
The only time this has happened to me was, I think I was, oh god, what's it called? That, it's not Breath of the Wild, but launch, Skyrim, that one. I was playing that one, and I was playing in my bed, and I had it propped up on my chest, but I was getting sleepy, and it fell forward, and it hit my face, and the fan was blowing right in my eyeball.
The Switch fan is so noisy once games like Skyrim are on.
Oh, my capture card's going crazy.
Oh. I've got hiccups again.
Okay, it's better.
I've had them off and on for like 2 days now.
I'm sorry, but your hiccups are kind of squeaky.
I know they are. It was driving Thomas up the wall last night because he's like, aren't they supposed to go away in like 5 minutes? I'm like, I don't know. Mine don't.
Do you have any peanut butter?
I don't eat peanut butter.
Okay. My trick for hiccups is to eat a spoonful of peanut butter because that usually helps. If you don't like peanut butter though, then holding your breath for a little bit is also a good trick.
Hold my breath until I pass out. That'll get rid of them.
That's the cure for everything.
Oh boy. Please do not take that advice.
Well, I give the best advice. What are you saying?
Is this Splatfest global?
Yep.
Okay, that makes more sense. Because I was like, typically there's only this many like Japanese players online during a global Splatfest at this time of night. But because over there it's like 10 in the morning, I think. Noon, possibly. It's a perfectly normal person time to be awake.
Gregor Gaming says he only has like 5 hours in this game.
Noob.
I think between this file and the Let's Play file, I'm somewhere within the vicinity of 400. Because I'll check the exact one on this one. I don't think it kept track on the other file because that was not connected to a profile. But somewhere in that vicinity.
Yeah. See, and then Animal Crossing, I've got like 1,800 hours in that. I'm still seriously considering deleting my island and starting over.
If I ever Let's Play the game, I definitely know I will delete the island I'm currently doing. Which kind of makes me sad because I've grown so attached to my current island, but I really want to do videos on the game someday.
You can also, they updated it with the Dream Suite. So you could upload a dream of your old island.
Does that work if I delete the island?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think so. That's how it did on New Leaf. It still worked if the island was deleted. It saved to the cloud, and it gets deleted from the cloud if nobody visits it in like 6 months or something like that. So as long as you visit it every so often, it shouldn't get deleted. I mean, I would double check that before just going out and deleting your island, but... yeah.
I never knew that. That's going to be really helpful if I make a Let's Play that game.
The only problem is that with resetting my islands, is that I wouldn't want to lose some of my villagers because I don't have their amiibo card and they were really hard to get in the first place. Like Dom and Genji. Like the other ones that I have their card, that's fine. I can get them back.
I have cards for most of my favorites. I don't have one for Bunny, who's my absolute #1 favorite in New Horizons. This is so cute. So, last week, Bunny was sitting at the cafe that I made, and I took a picture to make it look like we were eating together. And this fan account who replies to tweets as if they're written by Bunny herself replied to it, and it was so cute.
Aww, that's awesome. I had Bunny in New Leaf, I think,
Mm-hmm.
for a while. But then I think she moved eventually.
She's so cute.
Yeah.
Sniper Camo! Yay!
I've forgotten what colors our team even is. I think we're orange, yeah?
Yeah, we're orange. Marina's team's purple.
Well, because I saw purple and I'm like, oh, this must not be a mirror match. But then I'm like, wait, we're not green, are we? Because I was not paying attention when it showed us the teammates.
It's your hair color again.
It is. Well, no, this one's a different green.
Ah! They got
Don't die.
splatted. Pie, can you beat them up?
Where are they at?
Oh, sucker!
Yeah, see, 95 hours. That's a normal person amount of time to spend in a video game. Some people would say that might be a little bit excessive, but generally that's a normal amount of time. 1800 is not normal. That's what Green Cobra Gaming said. They have about 95 in Animal Crossing.
Well, for us, it's understandable because people like us, we latch onto certain things, and Splatoon is definitely that for us.
Yeah. And video games as a whole are my main special interest, and definitely the one that I've had the longest that's like continued throughout my life, because a lot of them, I don't want to call them phases because they're not phases, but they don't last forever. Some people's special interests last their whole life. Some people's last for like a couple months at a time. Mine generally lasts 3 or 4 years. But video games has kind of always been something that I had as a secondary special interest, and now it's become the primary.
Yeah, the way it works for my case is that I have like 2 or 3 at a time. That switches occasionally. Like right now, I'd say it's like right now, I'd say it's working on that super secret project, and something for my theater class and the Breath of the Wild Let's Play.
Yeah. I definitely have secondary special interests right now. Definitely my fish. I have 4 fish tanks. I've always loved fish, but right now I'm really into it, and it's fun, and it's something that I enjoy doing. And then also, Japanese culture is definitely a special interest for me.
Yeah.
And like medical history, but like specifically the morbid side of it. Yeah.
I have problems with blood and gore, so please don't go into detail on.
I won't. Don't worry.
Thank you.
When I was a kid, one of my special interests was The Wizard of Oz, that book series.
Yeah.
And then when I was like a teenager, like a young teenager, it was Star Wars. Everything was Star Wars.
You mentioned before that you didn't like the new ones. How do you feel about the prequels?
The prequels are fine, because there wasn't books written about the prequels that got erased. Like, even the books that were written pre-prequel that talk about the stuff that happened in them, stuff that happens in the prequels lines up with those books.
I like to imagine it's a Ocarina of Time situation, even though they're doing their own canon thing. I like to imagine it's Ocarina of Time where it's like a timeline split.
I just pretend it's fan fiction.
Like, okay, tangent warning, I apologize for this, but I loved Force Awakens, and I stand by my opinion that's my second favorite Star Wars movie. I just really wish the other two were like it, because Last Jedi did its own thing, and that was fine for the individual movie, but it's the middle part of a trilogy, so it's supposed to build up on what the previous one did and set up the next one, which it didn't. And Rise of Skywalker tried to catch up, which it kind of did, but the movie wasn't long enough to do it, and it just makes me sad because I loved Force Awakens, but the other two feel so different. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I saw. I can't remember if I saw the second one. I know I saw the first one because I saw it in the theater on opening day. But I have seen the trailers and I've watched bits of the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And my problem with them, having not seen the plot or anything, is there's an implied relationship between Rey and Kylo, which is like kind of creepy.
Yeah, I'll just say they didn't handle it very well.
Yeah, and also that as this series goes on, Rey starts wearing like a ton of makeup, which makes no sense for her character. Which they did that in the Hunger Games too. Which is ironic, but yeah, those are the things that I've heard that are pretty bad about it, as well as the plot being kind of lacking.
Yeah, there was an interview where Daisy Ridley, the actress who plays Rey, she said that the big plot twist of Rise of Skywalker, they didn't have it set up when they were making Force Awakens, and that plot twist was what the big goal mystery of the trilogy was, and it's like you didn't have an answer for that when you started making them. It's like that's storytelling 101. If you're building up towards a plot twist, you need an answer for that plot twist.
Yeah. Like, with Darth Vader being revealed as Luke's dad, like, they didn't know that was going to happen in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it was just kind of like something that was decided, like, while they were already filming the second one. But, like, they made it work. But, like, Rey being a Skywalker just, it doesn't make sense.
Without going into too much detail in case somebody hasn't seen it, what they did do, I actually liked. I think they did do a decent job with it for what they were trying to do. But the problem with it though is that they didn't do enough to lead into it, if that makes any sense, because they throw in a bunch of that backstory within the second half of Rise of Skywalker, so it definitely felt very rushed.
I see. The way I see movies like that, where they are such big budget, well known, is I mentally take away like the actors, like if they're like big actors, and the big budget behind it. And I think if this movie had the production quality of Spaceballs, would it still be an Oscar award-winning movie, or would it just be a straight-to-DVD production nobody likes?
Mm-hmm. Gregor Was Gaming says in the chat, Rise of Skywalker is his personal least favorite. I can understand that. My personal least favorite is Attack of the Clones, but everybody has their own opinion.
Attack of the Clones was my favorite as a teenager.
I'm sorry.
For one reason, and it's the worst possible reason in the world. Because I had a crush on Anakin Skywalker, but specifically Hayden Christensen's Anakin. So there you go.
Yeah,
I also really loved the Clone Wars TV series.
I won't go into my opinion on that. Yeah. Let's just say my relationship with Clone Wars is very complicated.
I have an Anakin Skywalker pillowcase. It's the Clone Wars version, like the animated one. And originally it was like this light blue color and it had like a picture of Anakin on it. And I've had that since I was like 11 years old. And it's pretty much just a white pillowcase now. Because like that's the pillow I take like camping and hiking and stuff. So it's been like washed and like beat up like so much.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of old Star Wars merch, I'm actually wearing a Star Wars t-shirt that I've had since I was 10 years old. And it's full of holes. And I still wear it. This is the first Star Wars shirt I ever got.
I think my oldest Star Wars thing. I don't know where it is now, but I know I still have it. It's this like super old action figure of one of the. I think it was like Luke or something, either Luke or Vader. The way they did the lightsaber for those figures was that they had a little slider on the arm. It's one of those.
Oh yeah, those ones are weird.
I used to play with my. I have a big collection of action figures, and the ones I played with the most would be the ones where you can attach the lightsaber to their hand. But they kind of also scratched up the paint on it, so most of my figures, the lightsaber handles are just basically like the color of the lightsaber itself now.
Yeah. I have a few Lego heads that pretty much have no printing left on them, and other Lego pieces from when I was a kid because I used them so much. Like with the Lego, I don't know. Were you ever into Lego?
Not exactly. I played with them a few times, but I never really had a big collection myself.
Well, it was like 2006 or 2007, somewhere in there. They started making Lego figures where there was a face printed on both sides of the head so that they had multiple expressions. And they still do this a lot. But because it was printed on both sides of the head, if your character had hair, the hair rubbed up against whatever face was on the back, and it would like leave scratches in it and just wear it down. So I have quite a few Lego heads where one side of the head looks normal, but then the other side just has eyes or like just eyebrows, or like the mouth is like halfway missing.
Before I come on with that, can I just say we were brutal to that team?
I know, I was kind of spawn camping them and I feel bad, but like it's a mirror match, so.
I feel so proud of us for that one.
That level's really easy to spawn camp, honestly, because you can get to the enemy's base so easily. And it's difficult to guard it.
I love this one. This is one of my favorite stages.
I like it for clams. It's really good. I hate it for Rainmaker because you can basically just get sniped from anywhere if you're on the Rainmaker.
Yeah, I agree. Green Purpose Gaming.
No, I hit the wrong button!
Ah! No! Come back!
I'll come back for the next one.
Green Purpose Gaming says original trilogy and prequel are at least consistent with the story. I will agree that as much as I like the new movies, they're not consistent with the story, and that drives me crazy. The biggest thing that made me upset when Disney made a lot of the side stories no longer canon, they made the Force Unleashed video game non-canon, which is honestly one of the dumbest things in the world, because that game, the development of it specifically impacted Revenge of the Sith story. They made that game with the mindset that Revenge of the Sith would lead into that game, and it's no longer canon, so now you have a couple of plot points of Revenge of the Sith that never got addressed.
Yeah. Honestly, like, so much of the stuff that they marked as non-canon Like, don't even get me started. Like, most of it was like, technically all of the Clone Wars comic books are non-canon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, just, yeah.
One comparison that I saw that really makes a really good point is that how Star Wars handled that canon was basically like it'd be like the equivalent of like somebody purchasing Nintendo and they decided that the downfall in adult timelines in the Legend of Zelda series are no longer canon.
Yeah. It's just kind of frustrating in general.
Mm.
Like, they couldn't own it, so therefore it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's
It just kind of feels a bit childish, and like, if I can't have it, nobody can.
yeah, and I want to stress. I want to stress. I do still love Star Wars. It's one of my favorite movie series of all time. It's just kind of hard to be a Star Wars fan nowadays because of what's been through the past couple of years.
Yeah, oh yeah, same. I love the Star Wars book, but when I tell people I like Star Wars, they go, "Oh, have you seen Rise of the Jedi or whatever it's called?" I was like, "No," and they're like, "Well, why haven't you seen it?" It's like, I like the book. Books were good. Really good story.
I love moments like that on Kelp Dome when you're underneath the grate and you're chasing somebody and you have the splashdown and you fall down faster than they expect and they get splatted.
Yeah, I love that. Like, killing people mid splashdown is just satisfying in general.
One thing I'll say is that I know I've said this plenty of times in videos and stuff like that, but I'm gonna be legit bummed if the Let's Play is finished before they announce a new game, because like I've been making Splatoon videos and recording them since 2015, pretty much nonstop because I did the Splatfest for the first game, and then this game came out like right after the Let's Play ended. So then I was recording Splatfest for this for 2 years, and then the LP started. So it's gonna be weird because I won't have any more Splatoon content left to make, even for the collab channel, because we've already done verses for all the games on that channel.
Yeah. I just want there to be another game so that there's more Splatoon.
You can never have too much Splatoon.
Even if it's a really sucky game, I'd probably still put an ungodly amount of time into it.
Yep.
The tattoo artist who did my Splatoon tattoo, she'd never really played video games before, but after she did the tattoo, she looked up the Nintendo Switch because I was telling her about it. Now she has one, and she's addicted to Smash Bros. And she goes, "What character do you play in Smash Bros?" And I go, "You're never gonna believe this, but I play as the Inkling."
I think Smash is the game that I have the most time on my Switch, because it's just, if I'm like rendering a video or something like that that's gonna take a couple minutes, it's just fun to play a few matches while I wait for that.
See, I don't have a whole lot of time in it because I'm really bad at it. And I get frustrated when I'm just losing over and over. Like, I'm comically bad at Smash Bros. So I don't play it a whole lot. I pretty much only play it with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, if I've brought my Switch somewhere and there's, like, people who want to play something or do something because they're bored, like camping or something, I'll just open Smash Bros. And be like, "Hey, play Smash Bros." because anyone can jump in, and it's got, relatively short battles.
Yeah. You didn't join the game.
It wouldn't let me. I think you have to make a new lobby.
Okay, I'll do that after this.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Another mirror map.
I think I saw Gurkha's Gaming asking how long the LP will be now. I still want to make... It's never going to end. I lost my train of thought.
Sorry. I had to.
How many episodes? Infinity. Yeah, I still want to make it I still want the finale to be on episode 100. I think what I'm gonna do is that my original plan was for episode 99 to be the first day of Chaos vs. Order. I think what I might do now is I might move that to the finale and have episode 99 be the Mario Splatfest. And if they do another one that's... They've already said that there's going to be one more beyond that. If that's a new Splatfest, that'll be probably be done during the finale. If there's any more beyond that, I'll probably just stream it.
Too bad!
Sorry!
It can be the postscript episodes, just like afterwards.
It'll be the what?
The postscript.
Ah, roller!
Oof.
It's always so nerve-wracking when you see a roller behind you and you can't get away fast enough.
This is why I play as a roller, and my gear has speed up.
Dude, I remember when...
Me? No.
I remember when they had the global test fire for the very first game. And they only had the Splattershot Junior and the Splat Roller playable in that demo. And there were so many people worried that Splat Roller was going to be overpowered.
I never played it. I never played the first game until a month after the final Splatfest. Because I didn't have a Wii U. But Splatoon was one of the first games I did get on my Wii U. And I'm glad when I did get it, I loved it. And I didn't even know what I was missing until somebody told me that there used to be Splatfest.
The first game, I would say that if you still have a Wii U and you haven't played it yet, I'd say the first one is still worth playing nowadays, even though they don't have any more updates for that game anymore, because it's still fairly easy to find a room to play online, and it's still very beginner friendly.
And it's a lot better if you can, find a Discord server, because there are a lot of hackers in it. But there's a lot of Splatoon Discord servers that have a big player base who still play the first game. So it's easy to just do private battle.
Yeah.
Did you make a new lobby?
Oh, darn it.
It's okay. I'm working on a drawing at the same time, so it's fine.
Okay, I backed out of the game. Hopefully it doesn't ban me.
I made the decision when I was planning this room to put bookshelves up against this one wall. And then when I'm drawing it, I realized I have to draw 100 books repeatedly. And now I have to color each one individually, so that's fun.
Isn't that always pleasant?
It looks nice though. I've been working on backgrounds and making them actually look like something other than just a gradient, especially in my comic, because I don't want it to just be like floating heads.
Yeah. That's one thing I always kind of struggle with whenever I'm trying to do an art project, whether it's drawing or 3D modeling or anything like that. I struggle with proportions when it comes to rooms. I can never get them right.
I just make them in The Sims.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can just have your little sim person like walk over to the couch and sit down, and you're like, okay, that's how tall they are when they sit down on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also just set up your room, and then, because that's one of the things I do is like I'll draw a room from one perspective and then have no idea how to draw it from the opposite perspective when people are talking. So then I just won't draw it at all. And I'll just put like a little like doodle background thing, and it doesn't look very nice.
Yeah, the room's open.
I'm trying to break.
Hey, there's a person named Pie.
I wonder who that could be.
Okay, Green Gibbons Gaming makes a really good point. He also says, also wish LucasArts made the old Star Wars games still exist, because sadly now EA owns the rights after the controversy of EA a few years ago. How do they still own the rights to make Star Wars games after that?
I don't know. And that's another thing because although isn't EA owned by Disney?
No, EA, Disney doesn't own them. They licensed the rights to Star Wars games to EA.
I was gonna say, like, there was that new terrible Sims update that was Star Wars themed. Yeah. They added a Star Wars expansion to The Sims 4, but you have to pay for it, and also it's really empty and costs like $30. And it's bad.
$30 for an update?
Yeah, well, all the Sims expansions you have to pay for. There's very rarely an update that's free.
Mm.
And they cost anywhere between $5 and $60 each.
Like, I can understand like a $5 expansion or something like that. But $30?
Yeah, $60. Some of them.
Oh my goodness.
You want to play as a vampire? That costs $60. You want to have the pet cat? $60. You want there to be seasons in your game? $60. Each one of those is a separate expansion.
Jeez. And I thought Pokemon was greedy with their Sword and Shield DLC.
Oh, no. The Sims 4 is insane. I mean, I think somebody calculated it, and if you buy all the expansions without them being on sale, because they do sometimes go on 50 or 75% off, you'd be spending like $2,000 on this game by the time you have them.
That makes me really happy that I'm a casual Sims player who's never left Sims 2.
I've only ever played The Sims 4, so I don't have any previous knowledge. I want to play The Sims 3, but I would want to have all the expansions, which would mean pirating it because I'm not paying for all that. Sorry.
I definitely know that if I ever make a game with DLC, I don't want it to be like an expansion or something like that. I don't want it to feel like a whole separate game, because Octo Expansion did that with this game. And
Yes, Octo Expansion is the only acceptable DLC that I have paid for.
Yeah, it's amazing that what they were able to do with Octo Expansion, because it really does feel like a whole separate game, and I'm shocked that they never released it standalone.
Yeah. Honestly, Octo Expansion, when I first heard that there was Splatoon DLC and you had to pay for it, I was like, oh, come on.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, honestly, it felt worth it. Like, in every sense of the word. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a massive story mode. There's so much replayability, and you get to play as Octolings, and Agent 8 is like the most adorable cinnamon roll ever.
Yeah.
And you also get Marina in the game as well, and that's always a plus. I'd pay $60 for just a Marina expansion.
Well, see, and it wasn't a $60 expansion either. It was only $20.
Yeah, it was
which is pretty affordable in the realm of video games.
Yeah, you got all of that, and it was only a $20 expansion, and Octo Expansion
you
is
look at
DLC
games
done
like
right.
FIFA, those games have like super expensive DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Like the realm of DLC these days is pretty much each DLC is the same as buying the whole game over again.
Oh, I saw this one funny FIFA review thing where one of the advertising things for the new FIFA game, I don't know if it's FIFA or some other sport game, but they were basically selling it by saying that you get all the amazing new features from last year's version included in this one. And it's like literally no new features whatsoever. So
oh yeah,
like the reviewer copy pasted their review from the last year's game.
Yeah. No, seriously, FIFA released the exact same game on Switch. That's the exact same as the 2019 version. Literally, they did not change anything other than make it say 2020.
I'm glad to know that if I ever make a game, I can never make something as bad as that.
Sports games in general, I just find really dumb how there's like a new one in the series every year and nothing changes because it's not like they've made a new sport. It's the same people. It's the same sport. The graphics aren't even that much better. Like I can see if you had it on like 64 and now you're buying basketball for the Switch. Like that makes sense. But 4 basketball games on Switch, like I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
And NBA 2K20 takes up like 100 gigabytes.
It's a basketball game.
I know, but the thing is that it isn't even stored on the cartridge. You have to download it. You have to buy a 128 gigabyte SD card to play the game that you spent $70 on.
My goodness. How? Why did they even bother to release it on Switch at that point?
I don't know.
It's like you see how these games...
it was one of the release games for Switch.
It's like you have games like Breath of the Wild and Xenoblade 2, which have absolutely massive worlds, and they can condense them in such a small amount of storage space. But then you have a basketball game that's 100 gigabytes.
Well, see, part of the thing is that companies just don't compress things anymore because they don't have to. Mm-hmm. So nobody does.
Greg Uppers Gaming added something onto the DLC conversation. Pokemon Sword and Shield is a $60 base game, has no post game. The post game has less content than Red and Blue, and there's a $30 expansion. That's basically what the post game should be.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The expansion was literally just the post game. What I think happened is that the game wasn't ready when they said it would be ready, and they're like, well, I guess we have to release it anyway. It's just incomplete. Because honestly, I haven't played it, but I've watched Let's Plays of it. The world just looks incomplete. It just looks like a beta or a demo.
Yeah, I borrowed it from a friend a little while back. I tried so hard to get into it. I just couldn't. It just didn't grab me at all, and I'm sure I would if I tried giving more effort into it, but I'm just not that big into Pokemon, so
I just don't like any of the new games.
mm,
I really enjoyed playing Silver, but I don't know. I just when you get in all the like EV training and like level up types and like the all the different ways that you have to train a Pokemon and like their temperament and all that, and it just gets confusing. Like I just want simple.
yeah.
So I like Silver and I like Gold and Crystal. Those ones are nice. I've been playing through Green on my Game Boy. But the newer ones, they're just not for me. I'm not saying they're bad, they're just not for me.
My favorite one is Let's Go Eevee, and I know that's a very unpopular opinion. That one's my favorite because it's so simple and it's just the most fun in my personal opinion. Because as somebody who likes motion controls, you like physically move the Joy-Con as if you're throwing a Pokeball, and that's just really fun.
Yeah, I have Let's Go Pikachu, and I'm actually one of those people who bought the Pokeball Plus. But you actually throw the Pokeball.
Dude, I want to
And
get one of
I
those
think
so bad.
that's amazing. It's pretty fun, and you can like put your Pokemon in it and like quote unquote take them for a walk,
And
which is pretty cool.
you can shake it, it makes a cute little noise.
Yeah. You can also forget where you've put it, and now your Mew has probably starved to death. But at least it isn't a Tamagotchi, so.
Rest in peace to all the lost Mews out there.
And I also like how in the Let's Go games, there's 2-player mode where the second player just has to pick up the controller and play. It was fun to play it with my brother a little bit because we don't really play video games together. But basically all he did was non-stop throw Pokeballs at the Pokemon without us even weakening it first, and then just waste all of my Pokeballs. Like that's what he would do. He'd just spam throw Pokeballs at the Pokemon and stop.
I'm kind of cheap in that game because I'll turn on the second player just to have a second Pokemon on my team. And I control both
I
of
never
them.
did that. I never finished it though. I don't think. One of these days I will, because it's fun. I didn't want to like just do it all in one go.
Go. Let's go. Sorry.
Well, I wanted to be able to go back and play it, and not have to start over. So. Yeah.
One thing I'm a little bummed about right now is that if I decided to do a let's play of that game, this last year would have been the perfect opportunity because the place I was living at, the fountain in the apartment complex, was a Pokemon gym. So,
Oh, that's neat.
because that game connects to Pokemon Go, it would have been the perfect way to do that because I didn't have to do too much effort to show off the Go features. There are no gyms anywhere near where I live.
Yeah, that's the same as here. The closest one is like all the way down by like Albertsons, and it's like I don't want to walk all the way down there.
Yeah. Walking is gross.
Well, I walk so much as it is. It's like I want to walk more. But it doesn't matter because I don't have memory for Pokemon on my phone anymore. I made a new lobby, by the way.
Alright.
I got kicked from the last one.
I was abandoned.
Sorry.
Joining Splatfest battle. ...
Although I might have to make this one my last one because I can barely hold my eyes open.
Alright. What time is it? It's
2 in the morning. Yeah.
I feel like this happened the other Splatfest streams we did.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to thank you again for joining me on this. This has been a lot of fun.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for being flexible. Because I would really have loved to have done it earlier in the day, but my work was like, now, hon, we need you. I'm like, you are so lucky I did not have class at that time of day. So I just would not have shown up. I like my job. The whole having a job and not being able to do anything outside of it sucks in general, but that's just America.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I feel like getting a job is more of a commitment than getting married.
Ah! Communication error! Communication error!
Oh, no. Come on. I guess it's telling us that we have to go to bed.
I don't want to go to bed, Daddy.
It's like, get off the Switch and go to sleep.
Oh my god. I love this one Mandalorian video where it's the Mandalorian singing to Baby Yoda. He's like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Grandpa's Gaming says he doesn't like his job. Does anybody like their job?
I love my job. Objectively, I love my job. It's fun. I just hate the fact that I don't get to just go home when I'm ready to go home. And I hate it when I get an 8-hour shift because that means I'm literally walking 16 miles with 2 breaks. And I hate the customers. I hate customers so much. Because they don't have respect. I do cart return at a grocery store. So I work in the parking lot all day pushing shopping carts, and you would swear that I had slapped a puppy in front of some of these people simply by walking in front of them. It's like, ma'am, I'm pushing 3 tons worth of carts right now. I cannot stop walking. Don't drive your car in front of me.
I never understand the mindset of people being rude like that. Like, I don't understand people being rude at all, but being rude to somebody like that who's just doing their job, it's like, what's wrong with you people?
And one of the things that really bothers me is the amount of people who will put on like the mask and then the gloves, and then they use like the sanitary wipes on their carts to protect them from COVID, which is fine. That's a good thing to do. And then when they get to their car, they take off their gloves and mask and leave it all in the cart.
Oh, that's gross.
And it happens constantly. Like every 5th customer leaves all of their stuff in the cart, and then I have to touch it and throw it away. And it's like, they don't want themselves to get COVID, but they don't care if anybody else does. I just find it selfish.
People are dumb.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna have to go now because it's not letting me connect again.
Okay. Bye, Splatoon.
2 in the morning, that's a good stopping point.
I'm gonna stop playing this game, and then I'm gonna edit videos where I play Splatoon in the past. God,
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Alright, so thank you all so much for watching this very late night stream for Splatoon 2. We might do this again if they keep doing Splatfest rematches. I don't know if we're going to do this for the Mario one. We might do that. But thank you all so much for watching, and thank you, GamingWithPie, for joining us. You're an awesome dude, and we always appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. I love doing it. Fun.
I'm terrible at these outros for streams.
Oh, mood. I just do this. Bye! And then I end the video.
Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, Lady Gear to you.